الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم.
Easy to just ascribe a certain characteristic to an entire people.
Right. I mean,
I have 5 sons. They're all completely different. How can I possibly ascribe?
Excellent idea. Even if you look at your 5 fingers, they're not all the same.
Don't even look the same.
Wow.
Suspicious. I've never. Still haven't worked out how that happened.
You gotta have a conversation someday about that.
Yeah, it's like,
honey.
one looks like the mailman, one looks like the milkman. I was like,
Which one was it?
Yeah, I know.
I'm agnostic, but I like to
good.
about all
Like to learn. That's excellent. Take something.
Understand why people need to fight.
Exactly. We agree. That's why.
Especially if everybody believes in one God.
I agree with you on that. Thursday nights we got dinner, free food, so that's good. Yeah. About 6:30ish, 6 o'clock. Yeah.
Is there a lot of kids his age?
There's a lot of kids. Yeah, and there's also. Yeah, there's 7 and 8 and 6. There
you go.
So there you go. That's a really good book for an intro. No problem. You have any questions?
Not the opinionated stuff.
Wonderful. Well, so I mean, if you want to get something more about the Prophet Muhammad from a historic perspective, you can get a couple of these types of books. This one. Feel free. I mean, whatever is of your interest. If you want to get more about Islam, the religion, then there is the Quran itself. Or what I would suggest is to start with this book. Kind of gives you a brief guide to everything. Yeah, it's got pictures and it's colorful. I like it.
So it's at my level. That's good. Yeah.
It's at my level. You're
dumbed down to me.
You just told me read history books. I'm sure your level is much higher than mine.
No, it's amazing because I've been trying to figure out the conflict which has been going on for so long, as you know, and from the Ottoman Empire, etc. to
I mean, if you
the 2 different sects, etc.
If you look at the Shia-Sunni split, then this was originally more a political split. It wasn't a religious split.
And Sunni is far more prevalent.
More than maybe about 85%.
But
Definitely, yeah.
What people don't understand, it's amazing. That's what I'm trying to understand. I have a Scottish heritage. What do I know, right?
Why
so
not?
I've been reading, not like a bill, not opinionated horse crap. I want the straight talk about it.
Facts, looking about historic evidence and all that.
It's so out of control.
So if we look at the Sunni Shia split, originally there was only what we call the Jama'ah, right?
All right. Oh, I gotta go talk to the officer.
No problem. Take it with you. This is free.
Are you sure?
Yeah, free of charge, please.
Hi.
Have a good. It's all free. Yeah. We just, I mean. لا هذا القرآن ما عندنا كتب الحديث هنا لكن
ما في ولا قصص أنبياء
لا ممكن في المسجد إن شاء الله.
أوكي شكرا.
حياكم الله. Beautiful dogs.
No, like the lack of knowledge is astonishing out there.
That's true.
And not understanding, like how different Iran is from Saudi
regular
Arabia,
Muslim countries. Yeah. So I was saying earlier there was only one Muslim body, and then there was a sect that deviated, and that's why Shia, the technical word, means sect. And the Sunni means Ahlul Sunnah wal Jama'ah. This is the main group, right?
Well, wasn't it a competition of who was the true representative? And Sunni is more adhering to the Quran, perhaps.
So originally there was no creedal difference.
Okay.
So originally it was just, and it wasn't in the early times like Abu Bakr, Umar, Uthman. There was no difference in that time. After that time, there was a rebel group, the ones that assassinated Uthman, and those were called Khawarij, and they are the ones that then morphed into what's called the Shia today. But they were more political rivals, right? Even Ali did not support them. Right? And then they became a sect, and then what happened is the Western powers, in order for political gain, tried to flame this between the Safavids and Ottomans, right?
That's the other thing. People don't understand what happened after World War I, with
colonialism,
what the British did.
Exactly.
Making up stuff.
Thank you.
Taking the oil reserves of Iraq,
right,
and making it Kuwait.
Right, and
almost creating Iraq from nothing.
Right, and I mean the borders they made
crisscrossing through
exactly.
And family.
It was meant for conflict, right?
Unbelievable.
So even if you look at the Kashmir issue, it's all because of the British, right?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Pakistan too.
Kashmir. Yeah.
It's astonishing how much damage they did.
Yeah. And it was by design. Even when they look at countries like Iraq, they made it where it could not be one homogeneous country, and that was the point, right? And that's why you have to look at, even if you look at colonialism in Northern Africa, right?
Yeah.
Till today, the French will walk into Mali. They could just walk into another country, you know. So Commonwealth and the whole idea of keeping that.
You know, there's so much the colonialism that's caused the strife.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't give it food about the Middle East until oil, and then
till today it's about oil. You know, if you look at all the conflict in there, if you look at the whole like Syria, there's a chess game going on between Iran and Russia on one side, and the U.S. and allies on the other side, and Saudi, and the poor people, the regular living people, are the ones that suffer.
Oh, it's horrible what's going on there. And,
but that's why we like to build bridges and understanding, so people can differentiate between the politics and the religion itself, right?
It's too easy. People, it's intellectually lazy to just ascribe a certain characteristic to an entire people.
Right. I mean,
I have 5 sons. They're all completely different. How can I possibly ascribe?
Excellent idea. Even if you look at your 5 fingers, they're not all the same.
Don't even look the same.
Wow.
Suspicious. I admit. Still haven't worked out how it happened.
You gotta have a conversation someday about that.
Yeah, I was like,
honey,
one looks like the mailman, one looks like the milkman. I was like,
which one was it?
Yeah, I know. I was like, so, but they are completely different people, and it's so bizarre that people find it so easy to take like a. Well, like
1.6 billion Muslims and say they're all the same.
There's a recent discussion about Homeland's 8th season coming up, and how they kind of made a distorted mess out of everything.
For ratings, TV ratings, Fox News, that's all they do. Right?
No, they love that.
No. But that's the thing, educated people like yourself who like to read, who like to get past the 10-second hate clips and all that, this is what's going to fix society, right? And that's what we're out here trying to do, is to spread that message.
And not that you need my help by any means, but I've because I'm I'm Scottish, German, French. I got nothing. Nothing of the Middle East. But if I'm arguing on your behalf with my friends, it helps because it's not the expected source.
Excellent.
And
see, that's what we need. We need people like if you look at Hitler Germany at that time, Nazi Germany and Hitler, you wonder like, how come the other Germans didn't stand up against what was going on, right? If you look at the civil rights movement, a lot of the people who stood up that weren't black for the rights of African Americans, that's what we need today. I mean, today, because again, as you know from history, it's a cycle, right? So one day it'll be against the Japanese, one day it'll be against Russians. When I was growing up, it was all about commies, and Cuba was like this, hate land of, and then you realize that it's not like that. You see the regular people.
We have to be honest about, as Americans, our history with the way we treated the native. I'm 69, and yesterday was my birthday. And I was great.
You don't look it, man, I'm telling you. No, I'm serious.
But I was taught by Jesuits who are wonderful, Catholic, because they tell you to challenge authority, to question things. And that's why almost none of us who went through Jesuit high school are Catholic anymore, because we kept challenging.
You challenged it.
Yeah, I was like, no, that's bullshit, and all this stuff. So
it's very interesting. I studied a lot of Catholic theology, and if you look at a lot of the early Jesuits, you saw a lot of their belief was different from the Catholic Church today. And maybe they weren't able to express it, but they were able to install that mindset in you to challenge it. Which is interesting.
No, and it's true. And there's passages in the Quran that you'd say, oh wow, that's really bad. Oh yeah, let me toss out a Bible. You want to talk about?
Oh man,
there's the passages about the most horrible things.
This is my Bible.
There you go. That's it. That's because it's if you get to literal interpretation, you're missing the whole point. The whole point.
And if a man beats his male or female servant with a rod, so that he dies under his hand, he shall surely be punished. Notwithstanding, if he remains alive for a day or two, he shall not be punished, because he is his property.
I used that last week. When I beat my servant, it was really, it worked like a charm.
You lived for a day, it's okay. Right?
There you go. I made it to 69.
So, I mean, if you look at the Bible, and again, the Quran, you don't find any verse that is overtly brutal, because people don't understand the contents of the verse. If they take a verse about war they skip the verse before and after, right?
Oh yeah, context is huge.
Exactly. If you look at
The people who crafted these things, they were not idiots. And
Right.
And by the way, since it's from the year 700, it's a lot more contemporary than Bible passages.
that's true,
Which
right?
was largely handed down without being written. But by
Exactly,
word of mouth for the first
and if you
400 or
look at
500 years.
if you look at the Bible, you don't have the original text,
No.
right? So I mean, if you look at Matthew and John and Luke,
And there's some missing books. And all
right,
that.
they're missing,
So-
and then there's a different Catholics have a different number of books, and the Protestants have different numbers of books, and then there are books that even the Catholics don't accept, right?
No.
And the Mormons have their own thing. Jehovah's Witnesses, they have their own thing. So
the Mormons are no,
interesting sect, yeah.
no, and the Scientologists.
Scientologists, that's just a cult. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's out of control.
Yeah.
Well, it's been an honor to talk to you.
Hey, it's been a pleasure. And again, please read
Thank
up.
you for
If
this.
you have
This is
questions, you know what? I'm going to give you a Quran. You're a well-read man, free of charge.
No,
Take it. No.
Oh,
Wait.
thank you.
We're not here trying to make money like priests. We're here to spread. We're trying to build bridges, you
No,
know.
and my sons would be safe with you too, apparently.
Yeah,
as opposed to some of the
definitely.
And somehow that's what you talk about. What's going to keep us
Hey.
from ever joining again.
Yeah.
Even though they had the first Jesuit Pope ever, and he is
Yeah.
a little more open-minded, but they still have a ton of work to do.
And I was reading LA Times. They said 80% of the priests in LA had accusations against them. Can you imagine how many didn't even come forward? Like a 40-year-old man to come forward and say is difficult, right? And then till today, what they do is they go against the nature of man. In Islam, we believe in fitrah. There's a nature. Man should marry. That's how man was meant to be. Women should get married.
Like, there's no such thing as a pope in Islam. There's no such thing as cardinals and bishops, right?
We are a spiritual connection with God
Right,
directly.
you're
We
right.
have scholars, but we don't have anybody we claim today is in touch with God directly.
Yeah, we don't.
Right.
The guy in the silly hat.
No. You want to confess? It's between you and God. You don't have to go to some guy, sit in a box, and forgive me, Father, for I have sinned, and
No, and I've told people
red
that
shoes
they don't
and
have popes, they don't
white
have bishops,
smoke.
they
Yeah,
don't
we
have
don't.
cardinals.
See, we believe in praying the way the Prophet prayed. We believe in that direct connection. Like 5 times a day, you pray directly with God.
Cut out the
right?
middleman.
Cut out the middleman. There you go.
Go direct to the source.
There you go. Right.
great.
Have a great day.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you again.
Thank you. I'll be back.
Star Wars, there's a lot of similarities, a lot of different cultures that are here and stuff, you know. So even if you look at the nice robes, I like the robes, you know. I wish I could get one of those, you know.
So which one came with the
So I think this is a good one to begin with. It's brief, it's illustrated, it's got pictures, you know, but you know, it's up to you. All of it's free. We don't charge. Just trying to build bridges, understanding, you know, open up conversation. If you have any questions, something.
I'm agnostic, but I like to
Good,
know
good.
about all religions.
Like to learn. That's excellent.
And actually, I've read a lot about Muslim religion.
Excellent. So, you know, one of the things that'll be interesting here is the scientific facts in the Quran. Because if you take a man like the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he was in a desert in a time where he could not have known those things. For example, there are waves underneath the ocean. Like the Prophet Muhammad never went to an ocean. He only saw rivers. He never saw a sea or ocean, right? So how would he know that? He couldn't read or write, right? So if you look at how all the different planets are in an orbit, in a mizan, right? The Quran mentions that. So a man at that time in a desert, he wasn't like Greeks or Romans where they had philosophers. The Arabs had no written history. And even if they did, he couldn't read or write, right? He couldn't have like read up on it and said it, right? So this is something that interests, like for me, when I first started studying, it was interesting how a man who couldn't read or write would know those things. And then you could guess once and be right. You could guess twice, maybe about 3, 4, you're gonna start making mistakes, right? But the Quran talks about how the child develops in the womb, right? At that time, Arabs had no scientific technology. They didn't have telescopes or development or understanding. How would he guess every time and get it right, right? So those kind of things make you think about where this message is really from, you know? Unlike the Bible where you see a lot of contradictions, right? You see numeric contradictions. For example, I mean, I study the Bible myself, you know? If you look at...
I did it once and it's very, how we say it in English, misogynist?
Yeah, exactly. I agree with you. And if you look at slave beatings and stuff in the Bible, infant children being killed, but I'll show you something more interesting, right?
It's a great tale.
Yeah, exactly. So Isaiah was 22 years old when he became king and reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. So here he was, 22, right? Now, if you look at the same Isaiah in different chapter, Isaiah was 42 years old. You see, he was 22 and 1, 42-year-old when he became king and reigned 1 year in Jerusalem, right? I have more than 50 of these marked here, right?
This is my
So that's what it is, right? Because over time the message was corrupted. Now this is the Quran. We challenge anybody here.
Is it free too?
Free, please take it.
One of my favorite movies, actually, it's called it's about a Muslim Indian guy
Okay.
whose son is killed because after 9/11
Oh, wow.
they started bullying him at school.
Wow.
But he's autistic.
my name is Khan.
My name is Khan.
Ah.
My name is Khan. And
My name is Khan. Actually, yeah, that's my last name, yeah.
yeah, and then his wife tells him, if you want me to forgive you, because she kind of blames on him, because her son was not Muslim, he was Hindu.
Yeah.
And she says, you need to go to the president and tell him my name is Khan and I'm not a terrorist.
Nice.
So when the movie starts, it's still Bush, and when the movie ends, it's Obama. And
Okay.
he does all these travel around the States, and one
Wow.
of the things he talks to people because he's very devoted, and
Right,
he
right.
prays even when people
Nice.
is afraid to pray.
Yeah.
And there is this part when he goes to a, ¿cómo se dice mezquita en inglés? A mosque?
Mosque, yeah.
A mosque, and there is this terrorist guy kind of spreading violence, and
Wow.
he goes and starts quoting the Quran and saying, no, Quran is outlawed.
Exactly,
it's not about hate,
exactly.
et cetera, et
So
cetera,
people
et cetera.
take verses from the Quran out of context, right?
Yeah, but you can do the same
With the Bible or the
and
Torah or with
anything.
nothing.
Yeah.
Stalin killed people with atheism. I mean, you don't need an excuse to kill. But the thing is, people misuse ideologies, whether it's democracy or communism or socialism. People have been killed in the name of everything. If you look at South America, a lot of the wars were started in the name of democracy. A lot of wars were started in the name of socialism or communism or Islam or Christianity. If you look at how South America became Christian, it wasn't through, the Spanish coming and being nice. They massacred people.
Mexicans.
Yeah, see, where are you from in Mexico?
Tabasco.
Tabasco, nice. Ensenada. I've been to Ensenada. I haven't been to Tabasco yet.
So it's very, very, very
Further
far
down,
away.
nice. I've been to Guadalajara, Monterrey, Mexico City.
Even Monterrey.
Yeah,
Yeah,
nice.
they've been everywhere.
It's beautiful, beautiful. Mexico is beautiful. My mom used to live in Rosarito, so we used to go down there all the time. Yeah, but yeah, it's really good. If you want some Spanish, we have Spanish as well.
English is fine because we need to practice.
Yeah, your English is excellent.
Thank you
Wonderful.
very much.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. We don't shake with the women and stuff, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
But have a good day and read up. And if you have questions, please come back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Easy doesn't make too many of them. Ideas don't make too many of them.
Europeans have a long history.
Yeah, you know the Crusade,
butchering
the
each
Spanish
other.
Inquisition, and even if you look at the human nature, Stalin slaughtered people even without the name of God. So it's really just an excuse sometimes for politics to play.
Oh, definitely. But the Crusades were all,
Right.
they billed it as religious, but it was
It
just
was all.
money grab.
It was. I mean,
By,
focus away from the problems of Europe. So look, the same thing we have right now. Every time the economy goes down, we need to invade some other country.
In European history, after the Protestants, slaughtered each other.
Yeah.
Lutherans and Methodists all just went to town.
Unfortunately, even today, if you look at South Sudan, if you look at the situation between the Christians there, or you find the issues in India between Tamil Tigers, all of that is political. That's why as Muslims we want to try to build some bridges, open up some understanding, so that we don't have ignorance of each other. And then what happens? Ignorance breeds fear, and fear breeds hate. So you see like scapegoating, always like ban Muslims, ban Mexicans, ban this, ban that. And we're like, we need to talk, we need to build bridges and understanding, and the more we learn about each other, the easier it gets to live together, right?
Religion is used to create fear.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
Fear of them.
Right, it's always the them. It used to be the commies, and then it was, different names, and the Japs, or all these racist terms that were used in the media, right? Now it's the Muslims, yeah, and the Mexicans, right? Yeah, but that's wonderful that you have this knowledge already.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
Okay, well.
Have a good day. Thank you.
Seats were very nice. Seats were very nice. But sometimes you
Excellent. Welcome.
But I mainly just want to go for the kids.
Go for it.
That's what I was told. Is there anything close to college area?
There is. There's Rabat, which is where I usually go to. That's
What's
off
the best day to go? Just bring my son and just hang out and stuff.
Thursday nights we got dinner, free food, so
really?
that's
Thursday
good.
Nights? What
Yeah.
time?
About
After 6?
6:30ish, 6 o'clock.
Is
Yeah.
there a lot of kids his age?
There's a lot of kids. Yeah, and there's also. Yeah, there's 7 and 8 and 6. Also, Saturday night's a pretty busy night. We got tea, we got a lot of kids, a lot of families.
At the one in Balboa, or the one in
both. But the one on 70th is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
But Saturday's usually excellent, close. Well, I'll give you the address if you don't have it.
I think I can find it.
All right, cool.
Yeah,
it's off of
I
Saranac.
think I know where it's at.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, cool. Thank you guys.
Great, welcome. Thank you.
That's
You like it? I'll get you one. I don't know, your size might be a little bigger than mine, but
Yeah, I'm a little.
you're bigger. Yeah, but we'll hook you up. Don't worry about it. Have a good one. Become Muslim, you too. Alhamdulillah, we had a shahada yesterday, man.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I saw that.
crazy.
He wants to go for his kid?
Maybe to accumulate his kids to Muslims, you know, some.
Is he Muslim or I don't think
No.
he's Muslim.
A lot of. Yeah, that's a AMG, nice.
Nicer than my car.
This is in Espanol as well.
Excuse me, Sheikh.
Jazakallah khair. So, how you doing? Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. Hayyakum Allah. Marhaban bikum.
Here you go.
So, there you go. That's a really good book for an intro. No problem. You have any questions? You good? Thank you.
Behind the haram?
Here.
Like closer to our hotel?
Yeah, perfect. Jazakallah khair.
إذا أعجبك الفيديو لا تنسى الإعجاب والتعليق، ولكي يصلك كل جديد اشترك الآن.